Every single time that we create or perpetuate a personal limiting belief, there's a door out there in our future that closes. And in order to counteract that, we need to equip ourselves with a simple strategy to stop those limiting beliefs, to change them, to turn them around so that the doors are no longer closing, but we can open them, we can walk through them, and we can discover each opportunity that is going to make our life better, more fulfilling, and more meaningful. Welcome to the show. My name is Maddie. If you are new here, do hit that subscribe button so that you can always be made aware when there are new videos released. These videos are full of my best tips, tricks, techniques, strategies, all the things that you need to help you live your best life. Today, I want to dive into an area of discussion that needs to be reckoned with. We all have created a set of limiting beliefs. These may have come from when we were children, or they may have been invented at various stages throughout our life. They may have been passed on to us from other people in our life, but we are all dealing with beliefs that are no good for our personal journey, our personal growth. And yet they can go unnoticed for years, for decades, for an entire lifetime. But it's time to shine a light on those limiting beliefs that you may be harboring, because they may be the very reason that you are not getting ahead in life. So let's just start with a quick definition, and then I'm going to give you a 3-step strategy for handling, for managing those limiting beliefs so that you can begin to be released from the hold that they have on your life. And I've got to say, when you are able to release those limiting beliefs, suddenly the world opens up to you. Those opportunities that you've been looking for, those chances that you have been trying to find, simply your best life begins to unfold before you. And that's, of course, what we want. So tackling those limiting beliefs is key. A limiting belief is anything that you believe to be true that is placing limits on how you are able to live your life and the goals that you are trying to achieve. Now, these could be limiting beliefs about yourself. So it could be things that you believe about yourself, that negative self-talk, those things that you say to yourself, putting yourself down. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. This is not the kind of person that I am. All of those thoughts that go through your head, those are all limiting self-beliefs. Now, our limiting beliefs are not restricted to only what we think about ourselves. Sometimes people will have a limiting belief about what they conceive a relationship to be, thereby impacting their chances at finding happiness in connection with other people. For example, the belief that no two people can ever be truly happy together, or there is no perfect person for someone. Or alternatively, that there is only one perfect person for someone. And if you don't find that person, you are destined to a life of unhappiness, right? There are so many constructed beliefs around what we think in the world. It might be beliefs around our role in society, or it might be beliefs around the kinds of opportunities that are available. A lot of people harbor certain beliefs around careers, and that there are only certain avenues that are available to them. There are only certain ways of going out and creating a living for oneself. Any area of life can come with it a set of limiting beliefs that have either been constructed by your personal history or by society around you. By checking in with what your beliefs actually are and taking them through the very simple strategy that I'm going to give you in just a moment, you will be able to see whether or not these beliefs are founded in reality, and also whether or not they are worth holding onto. when we start becoming aware of limiting beliefs, quite often what will happen is we start spotting it in other people. I know in the very beginning of my journey of personal growth, when I uncovered this awareness to the concept of limiting beliefs, I suddenly started hearing them all around me. Suddenly it felt like everybody was going through their own narrative of limiting beliefs on loop. When you begin to have that awareness of other people, it's very easy then to start to investigate your own narrative and spot where those limiting beliefs truly are. And the reason this is so important is that when you are able to let go of your limiting beliefs, suddenly the world becomes open. So there are 3 questions that you need to ask yourself when you identify a belief within yourself. You need to ask yourself 3 questions about that belief. The number 1 question you need to ask about that belief is it justified? Is there evidence for this belief? So let's take a standard example, something that I hear people say over and over and over again. A lot of people out there are saying, I'm no good at this. Fill in the blank. I'm no good at this. I'm not good at this. That's just not my thing. I'm no good at that. Okay, so where is the evidence for that? Is that a justified belief? And here, if you have identified a belief in you and you're asking this first question, is it justified? You need to look for evidence on both sides, because chances are, and you'll see this in another video when I talk about self-belief. So this is a really important journey to go on. Have a look at this video if you are struggling with a lack of self-belief. It is a totally worthwhile pursuit to do this exercise of finding evidence for and against. Not only will it mean that you are challenging your limiting beliefs, but as I say, you will also be helping yourself develop self-belief. So you look at, okay, what's the evidence for and against? So someone says, I'm no good at this. Well, okay, where's the evidence for that to be true? What in their past has shown them that this is true, that they're no good at this? And chances are it's going to be like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, a dozen things, because that belief has not come out of nowhere. So there have been things that have told you that you're no good at this, fill in the blank. But then you have to do the additional work. You have to go, okay, well, what evidence is there for maybe I am good at this, or maybe I've never been given the opportunity to be good at this, or maybe I've never really put in the effort to be good at this? Where's the evidence that maybe this limiting belief, I'm no good at this, is not the full picture? You have to make that list. Write it down if you want. Get really physical about this. Make a tangible list. Where's the evidence for and against this particular limiting belief? When you've asked that question, is this justified? You're going to be starting to get a pretty good sense of whether or not this limiting belief is one worth holding onto. Because if there is evidence against it, if there's evidence to disprove it, if you can show yourself that it is not justified 100% of the time, then you must start shifting the dial, because you owe it to yourself. You owe yourself the benefit of the doubt that this limiting belief is not 100% accurate. And if it's not 100% accurate, then we should no longer be living by it. The second question that we want to ask is it serving me? Is there some reason why this limiting belief is necessary? Is it giving me something? Is it fueling me in some way? And here you need to be really honest with yourself, because a limiting belief probably has given you something at some point. Maybe it's given you an excuse not to go after something that is outside your comfort zone. Maybe it has given you a reason for not having done something in the past. Maybe it has served some purpose for you because it has helped you avoid difficult situations. But be honest with what it served you to do and whether or not those things were actually in your best interest. So when you ask this question, is this serving me? You've got to be thinking about the ultimate aim, which is to live your most meaningful life and to reach your goals and to find your happiness, your success, your love. Whatever that picture is of the kind of life that you are striving to achieve, that you know you deserve. Is this particular limiting belief serving you to get to that place? And if it's not, we've got to start shifting the dial. Just like with the first question, you've got to be open and honest with yourself. And if holding on to this limiting belief is not serving you, and there's evidence that maybe it is not accurate 100% of the time, then holding onto it becomes a form of self-sabotage. It becomes something that is standing actively in your way from getting to where you want to get to, which leads me to the third and final question that you need to ask of any belief, which is quite simply, does it make me feel good? Now, look, we're all going to go through lots of points in our life where we don't feel great, but we know we're working towards something. We are all going to find challenges. It's not that we have to be happy, all 100% of the time, because that's not realistic. But if you are holding on to something and it doesn't make you feel good and it doesn't serve you and your goals, and it's not even justified 100% of the time, then we got to be honest with ourselves. This limiting belief, there's no longer a place for it in our lives. Remember, I started off by saying that every limiting belief that you utter in your head or spoken out loud is a door closing to an amazing opportunity, an amazing future that you deserve. So by asking yourself these 3 questions of every limiting belief, you're going to be painting a pretty clear picture of whether or not to hold on to that limiting belief. And if the answer is no, it is not justified 100% of the time, no, it is not serving me, and no, it does not make me feel good, then you've got to start the journey of getting rid of that limiting belief so that you can start opening those doors again and start getting to the life that you truly want and deserve. Go after those goals and make them happen for you. If you've enjoyed this video today, if it's given you something, if it's made you think a new thought, if it's made you challenge your existing thoughts, don't forget to subscribe, and also check out the description box below because I've put a load of free resources in there, all designed to help you on your journey to living your best life. I can't wait to see you soon.